Hey, hey, hey! I'm Becca, he's Matt, and welcome to Becca's Book Club Adventure.
Hello.
Sometimes
back
when I do
again.
this, all I can think about is reading Rainbow.
Oh, I'm going to have that stuck in my head now. Reading Rainbow. Okay, so this is the third fantasy book of my vacation reading haul. Becca, I'm going to ask you two questions to gauge your interest here. And
All right.
they're quasi-rhetorical questions because I'm also asking whatever minuscule audience might be listening. Okay. First question. I know that you like witches.
Yes.
Do you like vampires / what are your thoughts on the vampire trope archetype?
I do enjoy the vampire trope. You know, I did read Twilight. I watched the movies. Did I go crazy for it? I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm not obviously passionate about any singular thing. But yeah, I do like a good vampire book.
Okay. So you brought up Twilight. That was gonna be my second. You read the Twilight books. I know that.
Yep.
As a series, not the movies, but the books, give me a rating out of 5 stars.
At the time, probably would have been like a solid 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Or other series I enjoyed more. Now, looking back at it, I'd be interested to read them again to see how much that would change.
Okay. Third question. Do you like television shows such as Gossip Girl or The OC?
I liked the Gossip Girl books. I didn't think they
Mm.
made for a good TV show.
I did not even know those were books. Okay. But that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay.
But no,
Why
I didn't watch the OC.
how I watched 3 episodes of The OC, and the best thing about that I can say is I am still alive. I did not off myself.
I have childhood memories of Elizabeth having a TV in her room where she got to go watch the OC, and it wasn't appropriate yet for Jonathan and I. So she watched it. I did not.
Okay. So I ask you those questions because they all kind of intersect together in a book that a commenter told us to read, and I said, okay, I will read it just about anything because at this point, what I enjoy about reading is making reading meta. So I think that, for example, the only way that the vampire trope can be interesting is if you've read multiple different books or series of vampires. So you have like very clearly Twilight. You could have um,
From Blood to Ash?
From Blood to Ash, True Blood. That's the one I was trying to think of. True Blood, which is the Great Southern. I don't remember the book's title right now. And then, of course, you could have like a Discovery of Witches because there's vampires in that as well. So I will read just about anything because I love comparing. I'm kind of academic about it. But I recently read Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead, which is a New York Times #1 best-selling book and author. Although I will say, have you ever noticed how pretty much everybody is a #1 best-selling author?
I was
And
just going to say that.
how does one become a #1 best-selling author when everybody else is also a #1 best-selling author?
No.
Like, on some level, okay, if we're talking about just genres, sure, lots of people could be #1 because they're #1 in that genre. But like Rebecca Yarros is a #1 best-selling author. Sarah J. Maas is a #1 best-selling author. Jennifer Armentrout is a #1 best-selling author. Lee Bardugo is a #1 best-selling author. And they are all within the romantasy or fantasy romance or romance fantasy or whatever you want to call that genre. So how are they all anyway? I digress. Um, apparently, this book was picked up and was turned into a Stars television show.
Oh.
I have not watched that. However, after reading this book, this would be a great television show. It is definitely a Gossip Girl, the OC, this kind of a type thing. Although I can only imagine that it was a little bit steamier and explicit on Stars. Okay. So, if you didn't guess from the title, Vampire Academy, yes, it's a school setting. Yes, there are vampires. Okay. So, in this world, there are we'll call them 4 groups of beings.
Okay.
Okay. You have mortals like you and me. We're the boring people that get eaten, right? Um, you have vampires, which they have a term, Moroi, Moroi, Moroi. They are the classic, beautiful model vampires that are fucking fast, very narrow and beautiful models, right? They cannot take the sun. They do eat food, but they can only actually subsist off of blood, right?
Okay.
Then you have the Strigoi. That's how I pronounce it in my head, which they are the never dead bad vampires. So the Moroi vampires do not kill. They have elemental magic, but they only use it for good.
Okay.
Yes, the Strigoi are bad vampires. They're the ones that have taken a life and they feed specifically off of the Moroi. They are the deathly pale ones. They are the ones with like red eyes, right? They're the evil bad ones, at least allegedly. And because they hunt the Moroi vampires who are all about peace and good, there is a final group of beings called, and this is, I have a problem with this. Take the word vampire, but get rid of the V and replace it with a DH, dhampir. This is a real thing. It's a real thing. You can Google it. Dhampir, at least in this book, are the illegitimate offspring of vampires, but specifically when the Moroi mate. Well, it could be Moroi or Strigoi, when they mate with a mortal, with a human. So it's almost like a halfling.
Mhm.
So the Dhampir uh, are very beautiful, like vampires, but they look like mortals, right? If we're talking about men, they actually have shoulders and like some muscles. The women actually have boobs and butts and hips. They're regular mortal bodies, but they're slightly taller. They have enhanced senses, like they can see further. They're much faster. They're stronger. Um, they might have a craving for blood, but they don't actually need blood, and they're okay in sunlight. Okay, so I say all of that. Vampire Academy starts, and Lissa, a Moroi princess, and oh, I should say the Dhampirs have taken it upon themselves to become the guardians of the Moroi against the Strigoi, since the Morois are peaceful. Okay. Lissa, a Moroi princess, and her Dhampir guardian, Rose, are on the run.
Dun dun dun.
They are trying, they are in hiding away from the vampire society, and they have recently enrolled in public school to try to finish their senior year of high school.
That seems not important for a vampire, but okay.
Yeah. When one night Rose hears a noise outside and she knows they finally have been caught. They try to make a run for it, but of course they're caught by like 12 dhampir guardians from the academy.
Ruh-roh.
They are taken back to school. They are punished, but they're taken back to school. And it becomes very obvious that, why did they leave school in the first place? Lissa is in danger. The Moroi vampires, when they come of age, 16, 17 years old, whatever, they begin to specialize in a specific element of magic, of which there are only 4 elements of magic. And I'll just go ahead and say, excuse me, Richelle. I'm pretty sure I'm no chemist, I'm no biologist, but I think there's more than 4 elements out there. Anyway,
Mhm.
but Lissa is not specializing. And she's very moody all of a sudden, to the point where it feels like she can't get her emotions out, and the only way to get her emotions out is to cut herself. Yeah, we're on the same page. Um, and on top of that, she is abnormally good at compulsion. So you know the vampire trope that the vampire can look you in the eyes and you'll end up
Mhm.
doing anything that the vampire wants. Well, apparently that only works on mortals for most vampires, but Lissa can do it to Dhampir and Moroi, no matter how powerful they are. She can do it to groups of people.
Oh,
Okay. Somebody is out to get Lissa. We don't know who or why. We are given analogous characters and teachers in a messiah savior figure from the 1300s that all seem to be a lot like Lissa. Um, but we're not sure. This is where the YA is coming in. I don't know
mm-mm.
how much I can be beaten over the head with analogous characters and history, but the main characters are like, I don't know what's going to happen. Rose, who the story um, is told from her perspective, is trying to protect Lissa while she's under house arrest. But while she's also training a lot with Dmitri, who is one of the guardians that captured them. And Dmitri is Russian. He's 25. He's tall. He's dark. He's handsome. Oof. It's and a high school girl is falling in love with him, and he's falling in love with a high school girl, and it's not weird at all. It is not weird at all to watch Rose flirt with everybody, and for us to learn that Rose is sexy and that she has hips and a rack that everybody drools over, but she doesn't want everybody to drool over them because she just wants Dimitri to drool over them. Listen, I understand that they're 18. She's a high school chick, man. Like, so there's that slow burn romance. And then there's the how do we save Lissa while bad things are happening to her, but we already have all of the pieces on what she is and who she's going to become. Um, this book was, I'm taking from your facial expressions through this entire time that this is a no go for you.
I mean, I might read it, but the vibe I'm getting is that it's fine. It's a fine book.
This book pissed me off. All right. I'm going to tell everybody why this pissed me off. I couldn't put this fucking book down.
And that
It
made you
is,
mad?
it made me mad because I am not this stupid. This book made me feel stupid reading it. I am not 14. You see this YA? Not YA. No, getting close to 40, definitely the opposite of a YA. I'm getting to be an OA. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you can't stop reading this.
Sometimes
You
you need a
can't.
YA.
I want to read the second book and I don't want to read the second book. I'd rather pull a Lissa and cut myself a little bit. But somehow I think I'm going to read the second book, Becca.
I think you should definitely read the second book over cutting yourself.
I
YA is a weird genre.
yeah. I don't even remember what I
Well,
two and a
it's not
half.
a genre, I guess it's a category.
It's a category. I think I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5. Like the story is good. It made me feel stupid. The plot, the way that the story is told, like it beats you over the head. If you have more than one brain cell to rub together, you're gonna like get it.
So read this during a really stressful work week because you can follow
Yes.
along.
Yes. Um, Now if you're watching this and you're not 40 years old, and you're in your mid 20s, like maybe you're even in high school, read the crap out of this. This is great. I don't even know how many books are in this series. I think there's a lot. Uh, I would recommend that you read it, especially if you just like collecting knowledge and reading the bookosphere of stuff. Um, it was a nice break. I'd forgotten that vampires was a nice break from Fae,
Yeah.
from that kind of a thing. Sort of like the time travel in a previous book. Wow, those shadows are getting extra here over here. Um, it was a nice break. It's be cautious. It is YA. It is a little bit OC Gossip Girl. I'm gonna beat you over the head with the cheese. Uh, it might make you feel stupid at times, but you will not put it down. It was really, really good.
I think you're mad about that.
I'm really upset about it. And I'm upset about it because I do not remember Twilight feeling this way.
Because we were of the right age range.
Yeah, I guess. I was like, man, I need some light on here, man.
The sun's going down, down, na 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 na.
Yeah, I have all the lights on in my house. It's just great shadows. See if I can go down a little bit. Oh, that's bright as shit.
That doesn't look creepy at all.
No. I guess I was about 21, 22. Maybe I was 20. I don't remember. I might have been 20 when I read Twilight,
I
but I
was
don't
definitely
remember
the
it.
right age.
Yeah, were you in high school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like early high school, I think.
All right, it just got really dark. So,
Well, obviously, it's a time to put a bookmark in it.
okay, there we go.
There we go.
We're back. Um, but I kind of want to reread Twilight now to see if it's
See
the
how it hits
same.
different?
Yeah. But I guess to the listener, thank you for the recommendation. I guess, sort of. Um, I've definitely decided that I'm going to read another Kurt Vonnegut book now, and I just need a hard break from fantasy at this exact moment because this made me feel some sort of way. Yeah,
Will you enjoy that break then?
yeah. But so that is Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. Um, Cannot put it down. But if you don't like YA, beware. It's really hard to put a star rating on this one. So
Give it a try.
it's like a half smile. All right. Thanks for watching this episode, y'all. I guess we'll be back in the future with other random stuff until our life and our vacations and our weddings and our whatever slow down and we can get back into another buddy read.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So.
Bye.
See ya.